Okay, in this video we're going to focus on the My Video Broadcaster, just simply the basic setup. And so there's a couple of ways that you can actually log into the broadcaster. We're going to show you that here real quick. And there are also a couple of settings that you have to adjust before you can go live on your very first broadcast. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see right here, we're at services.myvideobroadcaster.com. That takes us to a login where we only have to use our username and our password to log in. Now we can also log in through the normal studio login, which requires our username, our password, and our PIN. So let's just go ahead and show you both of these real quick. And we'll go ahead and log into the studio. Once you're in the studio, then all you have to do is go up to the upper right hand corner and click on Go to My Video Broadcaster. That will actually take you to the front end of the broadcaster. So let me go ahead and log out of here, and I'll show you the other way that we can get in. And that is, let me log out of the studio, close this, and right through the services.myvideobroadcaster.com we can come in and we can use our username and our password without the need of the PIN, and it takes you to the same place. So either way, you can get right to the front end of the broadcaster and you can start broadcasting. Now, there are a couple of things that you have to do before you can set up your first broadcast. And you'll notice that we have some menus up here from home all the way over to manual. If you need help and you want to figure something out beyond what the videos are showing you, this manual is definitely some good information. I recommend everybody read through this. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to this settings tab in the settings menu. When you click on the settings menu, the very first thing that you have to do is you have to adjust your time zone. Now your time zone will actually be set to something other than your time zone, and you have to actually choose the time zone that you're in. Now, important to note, once you choose the time zone that you're currently in, you have to press the set time zone button before it will take effect. Okay, once you press that, then you're good to go. Now, that said, when you're traveling, let's say you're taking a laptop with you and you're going to do a broadcast in another time zone. Whatever time zone you're in, you have to come into the settings tab and you have to switch the time zone to the local time zone wherever you're at before you can actually attend a broadcast. If you create a broadcast in, let's say you're on the East Coast, and your time zone is set for the West Coast, when somebody goes to log into your time zone, it's going to, or into your broadcast, it's going to tell them that the broadcast is already ended or it's not available. So you have to make sure that whatever time zone you're currently in, that's what your settings are set to when you go create and go live on that broadcast. So a couple of things in here that you can also set are your company name, your description, company description, and the keywords, which again are for some search engine optimization that we allow you to do just similar to in the channel, My Video channel. And then down here you have company logos. You can hyperlink the logo. You can change the header color, the company banner. You simply just choose a graphic other than the default ones that are in here. Hyperlink those to wherever you want, and then click Submit Settings after each of those are selected, and you're all set. But the one thing that you have to do, you don't have to do all these other things. The one thing that you have to do is change the time zone setting so you're in your current time zone. All right, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and click on the Broadcast tab. And what this allows us to do is see a calendar, so we can choose the day that we want to set up a broadcast. If it's today, that's fine. It's already highlighted. You're ready to go. If you want to take and set up a broadcast in the future, then you can simply choose the day that you want to set that broadcast up. And when you click on that day, let's say for instance today's the 26th, but we want to set up a broadcast for the 31st. We just click on the 31st and click New Broadcast. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and close this because what we're going to do is we're going to set up one for today. And to get back to today, we can just click this link, or we can click the date, either way. So now that we're on today, we're going to go ahead and set up a broadcast by clicking on the New Broadcast button. And what we get here is just a simple form to fill out. The broadcast name, you can leave it by its default, or you can change it to whatever you want. It's the name that your viewers are going to see. You can put a description in here. It's optional. And also the time. So if you're going to start the broadcast right now, then you can just leave the time where it's at. Now, if you're going to start the broadcast, say for instance, right now it's 1:49 p.m. where I'm at locally. If I was going to start this broadcast at say 5 p.m., I could just come in here and I could change this to 5 p.m. and I'm good to go. Okay, and then the link will show up and people can log in and view the broadcast at 5 p.m. Now, the duration, you can go for a total of from 30 minutes to a total of 2 hours. Now, you can go longer than 2 hours, but 2 hours is the maximum time that you can set it up for to begin with. Once you reach that 2-hour limit, you're going to get a pop-up window that only you can see. Your viewers aren't going to see it, and it's going to ask you, do you want more time? And you can go and set up more time from there. So, but for the initial broadcast, the estimated duration is a maximum of 2 hours. So from 30 minutes to 2 hours. I always set it to 2 hours just so I don't get that pop-up box, even if I'm only going to go for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I always set it up for that 2-hour window. That way I don't have to worry about running out of time in the middle of my broadcast. All right, so then we have event type. This we just simply leave alone. There's a couple of options, live broadcast or broadcast. We leave that at broadcast by default. And then we have our presenter. The presenter is set up in case you have multiple users. And that's another video that you can go watch on multiple users and how to set that up. If somebody else within your account is going to do a presentation and they wanted to use their own slides in their own account, you can actually select them as the presenter. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we only have the one user in this account, so we're just going to leave that alone. And then we also have the additional settings here, which we're going to leave at default by allowing guests to come in and view. But you can remove this, and you can actually make this private. And we even have a payment solution for Billable that's not actually active yet, but we do have it available for the future. So you can make this public or private, and allow for guests or allow people to have to input a password. So we're going to leave it to allow guests. We're going to make this very simple. And down here, all we have to do is click the submit button. Once we click the submit button, then we have a link here that allows us we can copy it and we can share it through video emails. We can share it through social media, wherever it is that you want to post it, so viewers can actually click on it, go to a login screen, log in as a guest, and view your broadcast. What you can do as the host is simply click on it, and it's going to take you to that login screen. And let me just open this up. And you're going to put your username and password in here. Once you log in, it's going to take you to the default layout. Okay, so here's the default layout, and from here you have a number of options, and we're going to go through each of these options in detail in other videos. But for now, this is just the basic overview of setting up your first broadcast and going live. So from here, what you want to do is you want to come down to the menu and click on that. It's going to bring up your camera settings. Now this is going to launch your Adobe Flash settings. So when you click on this, it's going to allow you to choose the source for your camera. So you want to click Allow, and then you want to click the right driver for your camera. Once you click the right driver, that's going to allow you to, let me just set this up here. There we go. Alright, so that's going to allow you to select a couple of different things. You have the ability to select the camera source, and you also have a low, medium, and high setting, which have different bandwidth rates and also have different clarity. Now, this is using the high quality flash. We also have an HD SuperStream that we'll show you in another video that will allow you to broadcast in full HD. So right here, this is high quality flash. Again, it's by default on medium. You can select the high choice as well, so you get a little bit better bandwidth and a little bit better quality. But as you can see here, I selected the correct driver for the camera. I put it on high, and all I have to do is click close. Now our camera through the Adobe Flash is set up, and all I'm going to do is come over here. I'm going to start the camera by clicking the button here in the lower left corner of the camera and voice pod, and then I'm going to click the lock. And the reason I'm going to click the lock is so the audio is always on. If I didn't click the lock, then I could click the microphone here, and I would have to hold it in order to talk. Every time I let it go, it would turn my microphone off. And it simply acts like a walkie-talkie type situation, or your cell phones that have the walkie-talkie built in. You hold it down to talk, you let it go to turn the microphone off. So when we click the lock, it's always on. This is literally all you have to do to go live and allow people to see your broadcast. And then you can come over here in the share pod, you can click on your content, and you can choose content from your account or from your computer to actually share. And when you do this, it allows you to, let me just go in here and I'll select the slide, allows you to start your broadcast, and you're broadcasting live. You see the chat rooms down here. You can actually use the chat room to say hello to your viewers. You can actually put in a hyperlink in here, and then somebody can click on that hyperlink. The banner and logo above, if you set it up in the settings that we showed you earlier, where you set the time zone, and I showed you, putting the company name in, selecting a color and the logo and the banner up here, you can actually hyperlink those. So somebody can actually go up here and they can click on this logo or this banner over here, and depending on where you set it, they will be redirected there. So when you're doing your broadcast, you can finish up your broadcast by saying, hey, click on the logo or the banner above to find out more information, whatever it is, however it is that you want to set it up. But literally, this is all you have to do to go live on your very first broadcast. Very simple, very straightforward. A couple of little things that you have to do prior to going live for your very first time, but that's it. I mean, it's very simple and very effective, very powerful. So a lot of features built into this, but again, we'll go over that in other videos. Let me just show you a couple of the things. You can come in here, you can actually record your broadcast. We'll show you that in another video. Ending the broadcast, blocking incoming attendees. You can invite more participants right through here via your company contacts, or inviting by email right through your broadcast. You have different layouts, and I'll show you some of these right now. You can change them on the fly, real time, and these are predefined layouts that are set up for you to have at your disposal when you set up your broadcast. So depending on how you want your viewers to see your layout, you can use the predefined ones. We'll show you how to create custom ones in another email, but you can actually create custom layouts and save those layouts for future use as well. It's very powerful, and again, everything that you see changing here, your viewers see real time as well. It's all real time. So you can see here there are different pods to choose from. We can have an attendee list, and we can move these things again around in real time and have them show up on the screen wherever we want. So the different pods are available to choose from. We have a notes, so you can have notes here that you can type into, and your viewers can see the notes. You can resize these to any size you want. You can go full screen if you want with any of these pods. So your share screen, you can actually go full screen if you want. You can bring it back down to normal size. You can take your video full screen if you want. You can bring it back down to normal size. Whatever you want to do with these pods in real time, again, your viewers get to see them. Now, we also have whiteboard, file share, Q&A, and again, we'll go over all these things in individual videos so we can focus and concentrate on those features for you. So that's it. That's all you have to do to go live. It's very simple, very straightforward. Be sure to reference back into this video in case you missed something or you need to watch it again. And hopefully this information was very helpful for you. Be sure to look for other videos on all the features pertaining to My Video Broadcaster.